Well, good morning. It's Friday morning. Had a pretty big load of molasses go out this morning, and kind of made me. I like that. Maybe it's like that Murphy's Law, right? I mean, whatever. But this telehandler has been running just basically flawlessly, day in and day out. Using it to make bags, using it to load totes, using it to move stuff around over at the new house. But the days people come for big loads, so not just, like if people come for one bag, that's not a big deal. I can use my 4440 with the loader on it over here, wherever it is, right there, I guess. I can use the backhoe, I can use this, whatever, not a big deal. But when they come for these totes and they want to put them far on a trailer or in between wheel wells on a trailer, fenders, it's really nice to have the extendable option of the telehandler. So I kind of really rely on it now. Even for the people who come with horse trailers, if they want to put 3 or 4 bags in their horse trailer, we can do that with the telehandler. We can't do it so easy with the backhoe. So anyways, runs flawlessly day in, day out. The other day, a guy come all the way down from like 5 hours up north, I think, and he needed to load 6 pallets. That's 2, but do that times 3. 6 pallets on his low boy. This thing wouldn't even start. I couldn't even get it to start. Like that's the day I took the starter off and cleaned it up. Then I ordered a new starter. So it let me down then, right? When I needed it the most, it let me down. Then today this guy comes, he says, I want 4 totes of molasses, but I also want a lick tank and I want to put it on a pallet. I want to fill the lick tank up here before I leave. And then when I get home, I'll just unload the pallet and set it on my pasture. So I did load the 4 totes with this, I did. But when I hopped in it to go into the shed to get the 2-wheel lick tank, something inside the electrical computer-ishness of this had a, effectively just let go. And these back tires now, they're crooked and they don't turn. So there's no hydraulics getting through to actually steer them. So it was kind of a shock when I hopped in. I thought I was going to go straight and I went straight to the right. So it's just funny. But I'm not a mechanic. I'm certainly not a cat mechanic, not a telehandler mechanic. So I don't know where to start. I can assume somewhere down here there's an electric over hydraulic solenoid. There's a 3-way toggle switch in the dash. Of course, when you toggle it, the lights change and everything. So I'm assuming the switch works. Is power getting through down to the solenoid? I don't know. I'm assuming that'll go through a fuse. So I'm going to take the panel off here and see if there's a fuse for the steering. And maybe that just blew. We were having some alternator issues with overcharging and undercharging, and I know that's never good. So we do have a new alternator on order, but hopefully it's just a quick fix, like a fuse or something. Other than that, I might actually have to phone the techs. Like when you get into stuff like this, it's ends up kind of being beyond what a farmer and a crescent wrench can do. That's the air filter. That's not even the fuse. Bonehead. Okay. So I'm getting pretty comfortable, pretty handy with this mechanic stuff. Always a fuse, eh? And it's funny because if you're not a mechanic and you're not versed in the way, things, the situation, right? The sequence of events that happens for kind of all machines, and they say, oh, cars are different than tractors, they're different than construction, and they are, but the principle is the same. And we always, certainly as backyard mechanics, the first thing we do is when something goes wrong, we get mad. At least I do anyways. You just get mad. You're thinking like, oh Jesus, why can't this thing just work? And instead of slowing down and realizing it's an 03, I bought it used, it's been through the ringer, it's gonna fail, right? But no, we just get mad. And then we start like at the most expensive possible fix ever. We're ripping apart electric over hydraulic solenoids, we're ripping out hydraulic pumps, we're ripping out this and that and the next thing, and it ends up being a fuse. So that's what it was. I just actually went online because there's a couple of what are the big black ones called? The big black boxes. Relays. So, these big squares here, they indicate, Jesus, it's windy. Holy moly. They indicate relays, and this little steering wheel down here, right here, indicates a 10 amp fuse. So I just pulled that out. I didn't have to test it. I could test it with my eyes because I could see it. and blown. So anyways, got a new fuse, fired it up right away. I got steering to my back tires now, so I don't have to crash. See here, they're moving. You see that? You see that? So it just locked there now because I got it just in front steer mode. So then I can line these up. And now I can turn it back to circle driving mode. And then those tires turn in while these tires turn out. And I can turn around in a circle. The other thing that's really handy when stuff breaks down, it forces you to read the manual. And no matter how good you think you are, you know, oh, I'm a farmer, I can do this, I can do that. Farmers can run anything. And you know, for the most part we can. But if you actually read the owner's manual on stuff, you'll be shocked what you'll learn. Like, poof, mind blown. There's like all sorts of procedures for calibrating your back axle to your front axle. There was like 3 buttons in there that the sticker kind of emblem wore off, and even if the emblem was there, I wouldn't understand what the emblem meant. So now I know what those do. And I mean, it's unbelievably windy here right now as it is, so it's kind of nice to sit inside with Buddy there and just go through that manual. But as you can tell, I'm like more jacked up than I was this morning when I loaded those totes and it quit. But 10 amp fuse, pretty cheap fix. I'm going to do a couple donuts in it right now just to make sure that the fuse just doesn't instantly blow. I think that's probably part of my alternator overcharging, undercharging situation. That's really hard on everything. It's hard on batteries, it's hard on starters, it's hard on the alternator itself. I mean, it'll ultimately just blow up and fail. If it goes into supercharge, it'll blow the batteries up. Also, that fuse panel can only protect so much. If you start to overcharge the actual physical components, then you're going to have those start to fail. So for whatever it is, actually a new alternator from Finning was like $1,300. So we did order one that fits for like $500. Hopefully that comes in early next week. We'll get that switched out. And you know, it's always a process. My dad actually drove off to Prince George this morning. I bought some tires that'll fit on here hopefully, because our one no flat tire on this side is pretty much destroyed. And it's like a bump when you're driving. So slow and steady. $800 here, $500 here, $300 there, $1,000 there. You get the stuff, you keep it maintained and you get it running. Well, good afternoon. It was an afternoon of making bags, and I just kind of snuck into the shed here. I'm going to bag up another pallet of chicken feed, but look at it, it's raining Dippin' Dots ice cream. Look at this. It's not even hail, it's actual like snow. Pretty neat. So these storms that we experience, they're very much the same as those like freak March storms, you know, those early spring, late winter storms. We get them late fall, early winter as well. So the wind just blows, it kind of half snows and rains a bit, makes everything super muddy and wet and gross. I had started putting down a bunch of gravel, but then the gravel guy stopped hauling, so it's just like only gravel in front of the shed right now, or in front of that shop, and no gravel over here. So hopefully they get that sorted back out.